Hello, amazing people, beautiful and handsome friends. Hope you are all doing great today. Yes, we'll be talking about this church, Christ Embassy. There is something I came across concerning a member, and I felt so bad about it. And as we all know, Pastor Chris is the founder of Christ Embassy. That is actually why I'm using his picture on this video. I will play the video for us. But I want to point out something here. Many a times, Christians misinterpret what the pastors are teaching. Most times, Christians or church members or church goers, I don't know which one to call them, they don't use their brain while going to church. I'm pointing out this so that we will learn from people's mistakes, so that people will learn. Christianity is not foolishness. Even God told us in the Bible to be as wise as the serpent, but as harmless as a dove. I don't see the reason why a Christian should behave foolishly. Though most times we are deceived by some kind of things we hear, you know. We are wrongly taught, or sometimes we are wrongly taught. I've been a victim myself. So making these videos, I make these videos because I know what a little bit of what some people are passing through. But there are some things we use common sense. There are some things these pastors teach us. You have to apply common sense and know that it is not actually like that. Sometimes they will come out and tell you, give you sweet mouth and make you think it is actually the way it is not. You get the point. Sometimes they teach this thing, it will be so sweet and you think it is like that. You have to apply your brain. You have to use your sense. Use your common sense. God has given you sense. God did not take your sense and put it in your pastor's head. You have your own sense. So you have to make use of your brain and reason. Many people believe that Pastor Chris teaches heresies, but I don't believe it. I'm a fan of Pastor Chris. I love Pastor Chris. Pastor Chris is one of the pastors in Nigeria, my number one pastor in Nigeria. You get it? I listen to his messages. God has used this man to I have a testimony concerning this man. You know, that is not even the reason why I love him. I don't just know why. I just like him. You know, I just like him. But that doesn't mean that when something goes wrong, it will not be pointed out. You get my point? So for those of you, I'm saying this for those of you who are members of Christ Embassy who will come across this video, or some people who are defender of the universe who will come across this video and will not even listen and begin to write rubbish in the comment section. I listen to Pastor Chris till tomorrow, and I'll keep listening to him because his teachings actually makes a whole lot of sense to me. We are all different, but his teaching, Pastor Chris's teaching, makes a whole lot of sense. So what am I saying? As Christians, we should use our brain. We have to learn to use our brain, put our brain to work. These pastors, they are human beings. And as long as they remain in flesh and blood, as long as they have flesh and blood, they are bound to make mistakes. There is no perfect person in this world, no perfect human being. Our perfection is in Christ Jesus. Apart from Jesus Christ, nobody is perfect. Pastor Chris is a human being. He makes mistakes, you know. So, but why am I talking about him? As I said before, it's his branch. It's his branch, and it's what he's teaching his pastors, that they will also communicate to members. You get, because because he's their father, he's their mentor. But most times, most of us Christians, we don't use our brain to analyze things. How can a Christian not take medication? And when the person buy, they will start blaming the pastor. They will start blaming the general overseer of the church. Many times we should blame ourselves for our error. The pastor has taught you. Did he force you to practice what he taught? Was he inside your mind to know that you are going to take his teaching to the extreme? Please, friends, let's use our brains. Let's use our brains. For the fact that you go to hospital doesn't mean you don't have faith. For the fact that you take medications doesn't mean you don't have faith. Anyway, we are not preaching about faith. Let me go straight to what brought us here. It's a brother said his sister died as a result of not taking medications and not going to the hospital. And she was a member of Christ Embassy. I'll play the video for us to hear. I saw it on social media, and I decided to share it because it's quite a pity, you know, how she died just like that. I know that something must kill a man, I keep saying, but let it not be our foolishness that will end us before our time here on earth.
It is with profound sadness and a heavy heart that I have to share this news of my sister's passing. My sister's name is Favor Along Bojo. Her departure from this world is more than just an inevitable event. It is intertwined with circumstances that I had to overlook. Seriously, I am so angry, but I take faith in the Lord. This tragedy, I believe, could have been prevented in many ways. Had it not been the intervention of Christ Embassy Church in Afenia, which hindered our family's effort and my effort
I also believe
to provide my sister Favor
prevented
with the necessary medical and personal care. The church action, particularly those of pastor in charge. Her name is Rita. I don't even know her last name, believe me. I've spoken to her at the police station, which I will tell you shortly. And she raised some serious concern. Now, on November 8, 2023, when our family, my sisters, and my sister's children, and I have empowered them with the resources, attempted to take Favor to the hospital, Rita and some of her church elders intervened and took her to the church premises and kept her there.
You can imagine.
I told them to go to the police station in Afenia. The church stance remained unyielding with claim made by Rita about the church being a spiritual hospital. Even Apostle Paul had his own personal doctor called Luke. If those pastors who doesn't know, they should go and research. Apostle Paul himself had some health issues, and he had his own personal physician called Luke. And the notion that the family may use her for ritual. Rita said this at the police station.
You can imagine.
A pastor saying that she had an obligation to protect her member from her own family because we may use her for ritual purposes. Are you kidding me? What gospel do you read? Or what gospel do you teach? What gospel do you read? Or what gospel do you teach? The loss of my sister Favor on January 14, 2024 is painful. It's a painful addition to the grief I have experienced over the years. Those of you who know my story, having lost 3 siblings in 1 year, from August to December, I lost 3 brothers. I am the only surviving son of my father. This incident have led me to contemplate the role of faith and the potential harm for misguided beliefs. I don't know which Bible that Christ Embassy is teaching, whether they are using that garbage they call raspberry, whatever they call it. If that is what the members are reading, then Christ is coming soon. Because if you read the Bible have never forbid any medical treatment for any human being. Favor was a person of immense kindness. She was a good person and positivity. And her affiliation with Christ Embassy Church, known for its controversial teachings, was a source of great worry for me over time. I have told her, but she and her children will not yield. I asked them to read the Bible and ask for God guidance to be delivered from this cult called a church. It is a cult. If they have to sideline the family just for them to be able to influence their member decisions, then it's a cult of personality. Church influence over Favor and children, steering them away from appropriate medical care, played a significant role in her untimely death. And I am so upset.
You know, sometimes when we have not been a victim to some of these things, you will not understand. You will not understand. Anyways, I actually took this video from Solomon's Temple. You can go to his channel on YouTube and check out for the full video. God bless you, my dear friends. Please go to church with your brain. Go to church with your brain. Don't leave your brain at home while going to church. Thank you very much, my friends. Stay blessed.